Hey everybody, it's Lawrence, lawrencelanoff.com, and I want to wish you a happy new year 2015. And I thought I would talk to you a little bit about the realities of the actual reality that is behind these holidays that we've just celebrated. So the key thing to understand is that we create mythologies and stories as a way of communicating important information. Information that is essential to our survival, but also helps our cultures function. So this series of 3 holidays that we just went through, I think are super important to understand, and just want to lay them out to you so you have them in context and understand sort of what is behind all the mythologies. So the first thing is that the sun moves across the sky every year as the nights get longer and longer. And so basically, as we move through the year, either night is getting longer or day is getting longer, or there's a point where they're the same, or there's a point where one is the shortest and one is the longest. And that represents 4 points in our human history. And we have 4 things that celebrate this. We have solstice, we have summer solstice, winter solstice, and then we have the equinox, autumnal equinox and vernal equinox. So these 4 points, for lack of a better word, think of them like a compass. These represent circular time. We go through these 4 points every year. Now, at the point where dark is darkest, that is Christmas Eve. So the basically the longest night of the year is represented right around that moment, and that is the moment where mythologically what happens is or in actual reality what happens is the sun is stopping on its journey across the horizon. So it stops, and so we that's actually the 21st, and then we celebrate. So we were so the sun is moving across the sky. It's going like droop, 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 and then it hits the farthest point that it's ever going to make, and that's the longest night of the year. That's the 21st. And everybody celebrates solstice, winter solstice. And the reason we celebrate this is because this now means that nights are going to start getting shorter. This is hugely important in our human evolution. This is huge, huge, huge for us to understand. In order for us to grow in tribes and social structures, we have to understand that even though it seems like we're going to be swallowed up by darkness, in fact, we're not. So we're going to celebrate this and have a huge global celebration. So let's talk about what happens now. So the 21st represents the point where the sun stops, and then slowly, oh no, then something else happens. Then the sun stops at that point on the horizon for it's dead on the horizon. It is 3 days dead on the horizon, 3 days dead, and then there is this miraculous rebirth, and this is what represents the death and resurrection. So the sun moves, burp, 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 stops. It's there for 3 days, 21. So it stops on the 21st, 22nd, 23rd, 24th, Christmas Eve, 25th, Christmas Day, and now the sun begins to move its way back across the sky. And miraculously, we have seen the resurrection, the good over evil, the light will begin triumphing over the dark. And then here we are, New Year's Day, the marking of a new year, a new birth, a new way of being and thinking, the birth of the sun, S-O-N, S-U-N. So basically, just because you don't know where mythologies come from doesn't mean they're not mythologies. And this is the challenge that we have as spiritually adult humans and humans in general, is our adulthood has to come by recognizing that all of the things, most of the things that we've been told are really lots of stories based on imagined hierarchies and imagined realities that we're forced to believe because we don't know any better. But now you can begin to at least think about this concept. This is part of my training that I call 4-3-2-1, 4 principles of mythology that boil down to 3 core principles of mythology, which boil down to 2 versions of life and death and rebirth, which boil down to 1 essential concept that all spirituality, all religions, all mythologies birth from. So, just something to consider on this holiest time of the year. Light is conquering over dark, and the epic battle continues again until dark triumphs over light, and the battle ensues. This is the thing. This is the source of all of our mythologies, and it's the simplest thing. It's how the sun moves across the sky and then moves back again. Death, resurrection, rebirth. Welcome to Christmas and New Year's. And I'll see you in the next video. I hope you guys are superb. I hope the new year brings you everything that you want. And if there's anything I can do to support you, either in one-on-one sessions, in coaching, or in any kind of group events that I have coming up in 2015, I have some cool things coming up to help you just get your beliefs sorted out, get your mythologies sorted out, because so much unhappiness, human unhappiness specifically, comes because we don't understand the most basic mythologies that we've inherited, and nobody tells us, hey, by the way, Santa, you know that whole Santa thing? Rudolph, that's all just an imagined reality, an imagined, conjured story. And yet these stories affect us every day of the year. So I'm happy to help you sort some of that out. If you're interested, lawrencelanoff.com. If you like the video, please subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in the next video. Have a beautiful day.